Hello, everyone. Welcome to Joe the Lawyer. Today, we're going to talk about just how much money do lawyers make. My name's Joe Pometto. I'm a practicing attorney here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I do this show to inform people about the legal profession, legal news, and give my opinion on some other interesting stuff. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It's a free way to support the show. I also have an email list, and if you sign up for the email list, you'll get a PDF on what to do when stopped by the police. Practical knowledge, fold it up, put it in your glove compartment, read it over so you know what to do next time you get pulled over for a ticket or maybe even something worse. So today I want to talk about how much money do lawyers make. And I'm going to start with a funny story. So I've been practicing attorney for about 6 years. Maybe this isn't so much a funny story, but oftentimes I'd meet with my clients, okay, and I've been a solo attorney for about 3 years, okay, and when I became a solo attorney, I would meet with my clients mostly at my office. We'd have coffee there, water, but sometimes out at a coffee shop or at a restaurant. It'd be more convenient for me to go to my clients and to have them come to me. And one thing I noticed, I'm wearing a suit and everything. I look like I have a lot of money. Okay, so I'd be going to lunch with my clients, and it was assumed that I was buying coffee. It was assumed that I was buying the lunch. Anytime it was somewhere with me and my clients and somebody had to foot a bill, you better believe it was assumed that it was going to be at my expense. And let me tell you, especially in my early days, I was not making much money at all, but I went with it. Okay, I did it. You have to keep up that appearance. So everybody out there assumes, they see, oh, you're an attorney, you must make the big bucks. Okay, so let's talk about, for real, what do attorneys make? So yeah, if you see partners at big firms, all right, national firms, some of these guys you see on TV, are they making a ton of money? Yes, they're making a ton of money. They're probably very well off. Are they billionaires? I doubt it. Could they be in the $1 million range? Yes, very possible. And it's true. If you work as an attorney in most fields of law, not all fields of law, we'll get to that, and you do it for a long time and you're good and you establish a reputation and you build a firm, okay, you can do very well. But that money usually doesn't come overnight. It can take a lifetime of practice, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, okay, to become a partner in a firm where you're making, high six figures, okay, or to work your way up in a firm to where you get an ownership share of the firm itself, all right? But it takes a very long time. So the question is, do lawyers make that much money? Well, yeah, they make money, but compared to what, okay? You could take someone who goes into corporate America and has, let's say, an advanced degree in business, and they're going to work their way up. They're going to make comparable to what partners at law firms will make. They're going to make a ton of money too, okay? If you get into a lot of corporations, a lot of types of jobs, government aside, we'll get to that, okay, you're probably going to work your way up into the six figures and perhaps even high six figures. So do attorneys blow other professions out of the water? In that regard, I would say no. In the business world, you can match attorneys. In some businesses, you can even make more. Now, compared to doctors, I'm going to go out on a limb here, but doctors make more. Doctors especially make more money, okay? And I'm comparing doctors and attorneys because they're both advanced degrees. We're talking a lot of schooling. Doctors especially make more right out of school. You're talking, boom, six figures right away. Now, that is not the truth with most attorneys. Let me tell you, when I graduated law school, and it was just a couple years away from the 2008 market crash, okay, the market was tough. I mean, we're talking private firms hiring lawyers right out of law school, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year. You may say, well, that's a good living. Okay, but if you just went to school for 7 years and you have $100,000 in debt, how good is it? Okay, we're talking ramen noodles. Now, again, if you stick with it, you're going to make a bunch of money over time. Here's what got me is when I went on my own, I was doing criminal defense, all right? And I believe there's been studies out there, criminal defense attorneys, a lot of solo practitioners. Number one, a large portion of their time they're not paid for at all. And number two, average salaries for a lot of solo practitioners, you're talking 60, 70,000, okay? And I'm telling you, a tremendous amount of work. Now, that's not money. That's not money to blink an eye at, okay? That's good money, but you got to keep in mind this lawyer probably has a ton of debt, okay? A ton of bills and costs to run that business, and they went to school for 7 years, all right, to maybe be in their mid to late 30s, making $60,000, $70,000 a year. It's not that great. It's not that bad. Okay, I'm not blinking my eye at it. But for people, to have this impression that every attorney is rich and every attorney is stacked, is just not true. What you really want to do is, so we'll move to the corporate track or having your own firm. Okay, the corporate law firm track, you can do it, you can stick with it a long time, you can make a lot of money. All right, you make partner at the end of the day, you're gonna be making a ton of money, but we're talking tremendous amount of work for a tremendous amount of years. That's why I think going and starting your own firm, your own practice like I did, is if you stick with it long enough, you can make a whole lot of money. And maybe later on in your career, when you're the controlling partner, you don't have to put in all the crazy hours, all right? But you will have to put in those crazy hours early on because you got to do the accounting, you got to do the business end, you got to do the taxes, everything. It's crazy. Marketing, it's nuts. So half my day is spent on things that aren't legally related but are required to run the firm. So let's get into more specific types of law, especially as a solo practitioner. Criminal defense attorneys, they may just be scraping by to a large degree. A lot of work for criminal defense attorneys is court appointments. So the judges or the local courts hire you. They pay you maybe an okay hourly wage to represent defendants, individuals who don't have enough money to afford a private attorney. Then, even as private criminal defense attorney, a lot of people come to you. They don't have that much money. And if you're a criminal defense attorney, you have a heart. You have some empathy to some degree. You empathize with these people. So you're probably going to help them out. I'll take payments. I'll take a couple $100 here and there. And sometimes at the end of the day, the end of that case, we don't get paid at all, okay? Or you get paid half of what you thought you were going to get paid to do this case. So criminal defense attorneys, that's another thing. People out there, they think, oh, the criminal defense, they're the ones who make the big bucks. I just don't think that's true. A lot of criminal defense attorneys are scraping by. They like the work. I enjoy being a criminal defense attorney. It's very rewarding. You get to go into court. You meet a lot of people, public speaking, you make friends. It can be a lot of fun. It can be incredibly stressful and pressure filled. Okay, but I think a lot of criminal defense attorneys, they like the work. They don't make as much money as a lot of other attorneys. The sort of the golden fleece out there, the golden sheep, I don't know if that's the right analogy, is you want to be a personal injury attorney. Okay, and it's true, and I've seen it happen to some people. You can get a case, okay, that gives you, boom, a 6-figure settlement. You can get a check bigger than you've ever seen. All right. And in that sense, yeah, you can make a lot of money. Okay. You want to hit a couple of those, and then you reinvest that into your firm and you can really move on to big things. However, if you look at some of the average pay for associate attorneys, individuals who go and work at firms, or even a lot of solo practitioners, okay, you're in the high, maybe 70, 80,000, but getting into 6 figures is not that easy. Okay, it's not that easy, and a lot of attorneys they do well. You're upper working class. You're upper middle class, you can do well, you can have a nice house, a nice car, provide for your family, 401k, all that good stuff. But are most attorneys rich? My answer to that would have to be no. Most of them are not. Are a lot of attorneys rich? Yeah. And can you become very wealthy in the law? You can, but you better believe you're going to have to bust your ass to get there. Okay. Even if you hit a couple of cases, you're going to have to work your ass off to really, really get there. There was one attorney who told me, he said, oh, he called a law license a license to print money. Okay. And again, there's truth to that. There's truth to that. But it requires a tremendous amount of work. And in that sense, I believe that, you can go into a lot of businesses, real estate, marketing, and if you put in the same amount of work, you can make just as much money as you would as a lawyer. Is it a license to print money? I don't know. But one of the wisest attorneys, law professors I had, his name's Bruce Ankoviak. He said at a CLE recently, he said, you practice criminal defense. He goes, if you're in criminal defense for the money, you're in the wrong place. Okay. Can you live comfortably doing criminal defense? Absolutely. All right. But, you can't cut corners being a criminal defense attorney, okay? Or at least you shouldn't. Or if you do, you better make sure it's not something that's really important to the client. But he said, you'll have a comfortable life, okay? And perhaps you'll really enjoy what you do. And I think that's really what the goal should be for most attorneys, is to have a comfortable life and enjoy doing what they're doing. Some go into corporate law and they get burnt out in 5 to 10 years before they even make the big money. And who wants to be, living the prime of your life, the prime years of your life, slaving at a corporate law firm? On top of that, when we get to government attorneys, okay, they don't make very much money at all. A lot of prosecutors, public defenders, even other types of government attorneys, they don't make that much money. Now, but they hit that balance that I just talked about, where they can work 8-9 hours a day, go home, have a life, take care of their family, live comfortably, have a pension, and as long as you enjoy what you're doing, well, you hit the real sweet spot there. So, government attorney can be a way to go. Especially if you believe in the work as a prosecutor, or as a public defender, or as a solicitor for a local city, or working for neighborhood legal services. You don't make that much money, but you get to help people who need legal representation, and that may be more important to you than cashing big checks. So, I have a soft spot in my heart for for attorneys who go into government and they really believe in what they're doing. And I also have the same soft spot for criminal defense attorneys. The attorneys get out there and hustle, and they may not make $1 million. Okay, and again, you got to think, a lot of the criminal defendants, they don't have that much money. You get a big fish every once in a while. Some rich kid who got a DUI or something, but overall, criminal defense is a hustle. It's a hustle, but I really enjoy it. I do some PI too, and I'm pretty ambitious, so I'm trying to grow my firm, and I make more money than I did a couple years ago. But these people just assuming that I was going to buy their lunch. I'm like, I can barely afford my lunch. Okay, you just took my gas money, and trust me, when I go to lunch with them, they don't skimp on what they're going to buy. Okay. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Are most attorneys rich? No. Are some attorneys rich? Yeah. Is being an attorney a good way to live a comfortable life? Yes. But it definitely takes time, especially with them student debts. I'm talking 5, 10, 15 years out of law school when you can really sort of feel comfortable. And like I said, if you go into a corporation business like that, you advance with a graduate degree, you probably be in a similar place. Just to throw that out there, I wanted to answer this question. Anybody who's curious, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm Joe Pometto, local Pittsburgh defense attorney, solo practitioner, small general practice. Call me Joe the Lawyer. If you like this channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It's a free way to support the show, especially if you share my videos. Great way to give me exposure. And sign up for my email list. You'll get a free PDF of 5 steps to take when pulled over or when confronted by the police. Thank you.